Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer and today is going to be my beauty resolutions for 2023. A couple of content creators have already done this. I think Charlotte Holcraft is the first that I saw that did it. Sophia Loves Beauty has done one, Gabe Loves Makeup has done one, and I've never done one of these and I'll tell you why. I'm not big on resolutions because I feel like sometimes you can set up a resolution and you're like, if you don't meet it, you feel like you've not done all the things you wanted to do. It creates sort of a negative feedback loop. I am, however, somebody who sets sort of like 10-year visions for myself, yearly things that I want to invest in for myself, my family, that type of thing, my work, absolutely. So I thought for this, I'm going to treat it just like that. I'm going to be like, okay, these are things that will help me kind of structure my activities for the next year, help me sort of go in the direction that I want to go, but they're not hard and fast rules, and I'm not going to feel like guilty or bad if I don't meet all of them. They're just ways to help me kind of focus my attention for 2023. Plus, I have to say, I love Charlotte and I love Sophia and Gabe. They're just all fantastic. Charlotte was like one of the first people I watched on YouTube, like continuously, her and Michelle Wong, and Charlotte's just hilariously funny. And she just has a great viewpoint on life, just kind of like, it is what it is, which is kind of how I see things. But anyway, so check out their videos if you haven't already. So it's not going to be a particularly long video, but I do want to talk about kind of what my 5 resolutions for the channel and where I want this to go in 2023. When I started in 2020, it literally was the week that we got locked down here in the US. Obviously did not plan it that way. It's something I had thought about for a while and a long time, and I really wasn't sure I could fit it in with my work schedule. I have a crazy busy work life, which is great, and I love it. But I've always been very attracted to the creative side of things. When I was younger, I wanted to be a designer. I was a makeup artist when I was in law school, which I know is a great way to make money, and I really enjoyed it. So I love clothes and jewelry and makeup and frankly, everything that fits into that category, luxury, all of that. So my husband actually watches a lot of YouTube, and he was like, you could do that. You could absolutely do that. And so like I said, I started watching Michelle and Charlotte actually were the first 2 that I really and then many others came after that. But, I started to say, well, could I do that? Could I do something like that? And so I will have been on 3 years when we hit March. I would love to be at 10,000 subscribers by the time I hit 3 years. I don't think that's going to happen. My channel has gone, it's grown in like fits and starts. Like for a while there, it was growing really fast and then really slow. I try not to draw too much from any of that. Everybody has their own path, swim lane, if you will. Some people are going to go really fast, some people go a little bit slower. And I'm happy as long as all of you are enjoying the content, which I think you are, hopefully. And I am providing something good for all of you, and that I'm enjoying it. And so far, I still feel that way. But I had planned when I started to just sort of have this be like, a once of a week thing, maybe, maybe even like 2 videos a month. And it grew fast. In the beginning, it grew faster than I thought it would. So I was doing a lot more videos. I now do 3 videos a week here on YouTube. I have things that I post on Instagram. I've started doing stuff on YouTube. I mean on TikTok, although I'll be honest, it's not really my place. And I don't enjoy it as much. And I do have a Patreon page. The Patreon page started really for, there's a lot of things that I do get early. I've been very lucky to meet some great people in this space, in the makeup beauty space. And I do put them on Patreon first because until they're released, it's really not safe to have them here on YouTube. But I'm actually going to start doing more over on Patreon. I'm going to have more like unique, the video is just for Patreon members, because I really do appreciate people that are supporting. I appreciate all of you, but I really do appreciate people who are supporting me over on Patreon. It's very kind of you to do. It enables me to put things up beforehand so that it's up over there. And also it does help me support this channel because I don't do, at least not yet. It may be something that happens in the future. I don't know. I don't do branded ads videos. I don't take any money from any companies, any brands. I do receive product I am on some PR lists, very, very few guys, trust me. And that's really done on purpose. That's been I've chosen to do that for now. I have been offered numerous opportunities to do brand reviews or company review, whatever it is. And I feel like for now, I really want to keep this creative, trying to think the best way to say this. This is not my prime business. So, I do appreciate the financial support on Patreon because I do buy all these products myself, all of them, unless the brand, sends them to me. My opinions and reviews will always be my own, regardless of who pays for them, for the product. You can be clear on that, and you've seen it, I'm sure, if you've watched my channel, because I've said some bad things about, if the product's bad, the product's bad, or if I don't like it. But I do appreciate that financial support. It is incredibly helpful because this stuff does get very expensive. But those are just some overall thoughts that I have for the channel and kind of where I've been and where I'm going. But I have 5 specific resolutions that I'm going to try to stick to this year, and then again we can revisit this time next year. So it'll be kind of nice to look back and say, oh, that's right, that's what I said. And I'd love to hear what yours are, whether you are a content creator and you're doing something like this for your channel, or just in everyday life. Like I said, I have sort of like a vision board kind of thing. It's not quite that professional, but sort of for like a year and then like a 10-year kind of plan. And I do that every so often just to sort of create a trajectory about where I want to go. So number 1 is my low buy. So I mentioned many times in the last few months that I feel like it got really, crazy hectic in the fall, winter of 2022 in regards to product. And it's continuing because here we are in January and everything just got released, right? There's a ton of Dior already out in the market. Guerlain just launched a bunch of stuff. Charlotte Tilbury has new highlighters. I mean, it literally hit the day, it kind of hit between Christmas and New Year's, but really it was like right before New Year's and then New Year's. And I get it. I understand. The brands are there to make money. That is their business. Absolutely understood it. But Makeup by Mario came up with a new foundation, which I'm wearing, by the way. But the thing is, just because the brands are all releasing it doesn't mean I have to buy it all. And I know you all want to see all the brand new releases, and I absolutely get that. So I'm going to stick to the brands that I think are sort of core to me and to my channel, which are Dior, Chanel, and Tom Ford. I'm going to be picking up all the new products that they release. Dior, I've been reviewing, and they've been on Patreon and now over on YouTube, and that'll keep going on. All the new releases. All the new quints, the lipsticks, I won't buy every single lipstick color, guys. If there's 15 lipsticks, I'm not buying 15 lipsticks, but I'll buy a couple so you can see the colors and the formulas. And I'll do the same with Chanel. Chanel's coming out with a number of different things for summer. And Tom Ford, absolutely. The Electric Cherry and Cherry Smoke fragrances have actually already been released, and I will be buying those. I'm a big Lost Cherry fan from Tom Ford. So I'll do, a comparison of those perfumes as well. I'll do something here on YouTube if you want. And if not, I'll have it over on Instagram. Other than that, my intention is to buy maybe one piece of something from like Guerlain, for example. They've come out with their spring collection. I love the Rouge G cases. I will probably buy that Cherry Blossom case and the lipstick because I love that lipstick. And I think the case is limited edition and it's very beautiful. And if they have a meteorites, which they're supposed to, I'll buy the meteorites because they didn't have it for holiday. So I'll buy that. But I'm not going to buy the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. I won't buy, all the new whatevers that come out for all the different brands unless, of course, you tell me that you really want to see them. And that is an important part of this. So the Makeup by Mario foundation, which I am wearing today, as I said, I asked you on Instagram if you wanted, there was overwhelming response that you wanted to see it. I did do a video on it, and I will tell you that video didn't do nearly as well as the videos that I do for Chanel, Dior, etc. So it is really important, guys, if you're really interested in seeing something, to then come watch the video. And I'm not trying to pressure anyone into watching videos. I'm just saying, I am going to be more strategic on what I buy and how I show it to all of you. So if you really want to see it, the feedback that I get by you watching it and liking it and commenting on it tells me that you really want me to continue to do it. So if I do a video on the makeup by Mario and nobody watches it, the next time I ask, hey, do you really want to see this? And you all say yes, but nobody watched the video, I'm probably not going to buy it. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Because people aren't interested enough to watch it. So that's really helpful. Like if you're really interested in something and you really want to see it, make sure you're watching the video, liking the video, commenting on the video, so I know that it's something that you want to see. Because otherwise I can't really tell. It's hard. It's really hard to tell. And again, on the slow buy, I'm going to be more strategic. So it's really, really important, at least for me, to understand that type of feedback, like what you're watching and what you're consuming and what actually matters to you. But that low buy is going to continue, I would say, through the first half of the year. So really through June, July. I'll reassess at that point where we are and where I am and, what I want to get and what I want to do. But I have a lot to work with already. So that leads to my second resolution, is trying to use the comprehensive collection that I have on a more everyday basis and to share that with you in a way that's comprehensive. So I've done a couple of these videos where I do like all the Dior Addict lip gloss, lip shines, all the different shades, or the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. I've done all the velvets on my lips. Those take a lot of time to put together, but I think, and they do well. In fact, people watch them originally, but I also think they're extremely helpful to go back to. I go to those videos on other people's channels where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that person did a video of all their something blushes or whatever, and I'll go back to refer to it. So those types of things I'm going to do. And I have a lot. I have a really comprehensive collection of things, which I'm not using. So I'm going to try to do more of those. I have a Dior one that went up, oh goodness, I think it was 2021, where I did all of the Dior quints that I had bought at that point. And I don't remember how many were in there, but I think there was like 20. Now I've doubled that number easily. So I don't know if I could do every single Dior quint. I'll see if that's something I could do maybe as an end of the year thing. I don't know. Because I have a full-time job, that one's tough. But I can definitely do things like all of the Tom Ford Soleil palettes, or, all of the Dior neutral palettes, like that kind of thing. That would be something that I could do. All the lipsticks from Chanel, that's coming. All lipsticks from Lip Cheeks from Chantecaille, that's coming. That type of thing. So that is something that I'm going to really focus on the next couple months. And if there are particular collections you want to see, I've heard some feedback on that already. Thank you. I will make sure I'm putting together a list about what's going to come out. But in that vein, which sounds like it's a polar opposite of what I just said, but it's not, and I'll explain, is trying new brands. So I'm going to be taking, like I said, the core brands, Tom Ford, Dior, Chanel. Those are my core. Those are the three brands that I was buying, frankly, before the channel, and I will buy after the channel unless something terrible happens. To the brands, hopefully not to me, like the quality goes downhill or something. I love Chantecaille. I've bought a lot of Chantecaille over the years, guys, like a lot. And that's another brand that I will continue to buy. But Chantecaille, their releases aren't as massive, do you know what I mean? Like Dior and Chanel and Tom Ford, they just come out with things like every single month. It's hard to keep up, to be honest. But if I buy all of those and Valentino and Hourglass and Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath and, I can't. I just can't. It's just not, it's not good for me, and it's not good for to show all of you, because I currently spend time on things. So, I will buy the Chantecaille as well, but that's easier to manage because their collections are more like capsule collections. They're smaller, and I can handle those. But I want to try new brands. I've got a video coming up. If this should come up before that one, hopefully. I've got a video coming up with a new brand to me. It's a brand that's been around, but again, it's gonna be new to me. Try to do like a whole bunch of new brands this year I'd like to have like an average of like 12. I'd like to have like a new brand for every month. I'm not going to, you know, put that on myself where if I don't do it, I feel like I failed, but that would be a great, you know, kind of like good number for me. Last year I tried Valentino for the first time. Absolutely love Valentino. Shocked. I love their blushes and highlighters and their felt tip pen. Just phenomenally good. I haven't tried their lipsticks. I'd like to try their lipsticks in 2023. So, but you know, new brands. Doesn't have to be new to the market, just new to me, things I haven't tried before. So that's going to be a goal in addition to the low buy. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to buy fewer things from everybody else. And when I do pick up something new, it's going to be from a brand I haven't tried before. So I can try it and give you my thoughts. And then compare it to the other comprehensive things I already have. So that should be interesting. The one that I've tried, actually I have on my face right now, that's going to be coming up in a video, I love. So love it that I was very tempted to immediately be like, I have to get the rest of them. And I was like, nope, on a low buy. So yeah, really, really impressed. And I'm glad I tried it because I frankly have heard about it for a while, but I was like, nah, I don't need it. But honestly, great product. That is three of my resolutions. My fourth one is trying out like new trends. Okay, what do I mean by that? I am not somebody who follows trends. I never was. Like, I'm just not that kind of person. It's not that I have anything against that. Like, there's a lot of trends out there that are a lot of fun. And when I was younger, I probably was in a trend at some point. Didn't really necessarily think about it that way because back in the day, we didn't have social media. So it wasn't really a thing. It's just that people kind of, you know, tended to opt into like certain styles, certain designers, etc. But I was never a trend follower. It's just not me. I developed my own style. I liked what I liked, and that's what I wore. Sometimes it fit along with what everybody else was wearing. Sometimes it did not. But I do see trends from time to time. And again, I'm not on TikTok as much, but I see them because I'm not living in a cave. So I know they're on TikTok and I know they're on Instagram or whatever. Like recently there was the cold, I think it was called cold girl look, but cold person look where, you have the rosy cheeks and like the pink lips and, simple eye makeup and everything. And that's a look. I actually did a little bit of that with the blush today. Not the whole look, but you get the gist. That's the kind of thing I could do. And I should do more of it because I know there are people out there that are trying these trends and, might be interested in a perspective about like how to do them and what's involved in them, those types of things. I've done a little bit of that. Like I said, I've done the fox eye with the like inner corner liner, more of the trend with like the editorial kind of lines around the eyes, that type of thing. But yeah, I'm going to try to do more of that. One of the series that I recently binged on, which I'm going to bet a lot of you have, is Wednesday. And it's basically the Addams Family updated for Wednesday, their child at school. I'm a huge like murder mystery person. I love Agatha Christie. I love all that stuff. And it was really well written. It's a Tim Burton directed series and I loved her look. And I'll tell you honestly, the minute I saw her, I was like, oh, I bet you I know what lip liner that is because I knew the shade. But anyway, so, a lot of people went online and did sort of the Wednesday makeup look. That would not be a good look for me. Like the shades wouldn't be quite right for me, but that's a look that a lot of people did. And I thought about doing it and I was like, but I want to try more of those things that are a little outside my comfort zone that might not necessarily like be like, oh yes, this would naturally occur to me. Those things might go up more on TikTok or Instagram. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in having them here. But I do want to do a little bit of that to sort of do things that are, again, more creative, a little outside my comfort zone, a little bit different. And last but not least, leads into that, what I was just saying, is the various content. I want to start to provide a little bit more like trying new things, like new formats, new products, new posts. And so what does that mean? Things on Instagram. Trying to be a little more consistent with TikTok. I'm never going to be like there every day, guys. It's just not. I don't have time and it doesn't really gel with my overall vibe. But talking more about like jewelry or the clothes that I'm wearing or do fashion hauls Or if I'm traveling, go into a Dior store and, talk about what's in there. Or even go into Target and being like, what are they thinking? Why is everything a crop top? That happened to me recently. I was at, where was I? H&M? It was H&M. And I'm like, why is everything a half shirt? I'm short. I'm 5 feet tall. So like a half shirt probably goes to my waist anyway. But half shirts don't look good on me with my figure. It's not flattering. Not everybody wants a half shirt. Half shirt. And I was like, why? Why? And for those of you who look good in a half shirt, like seriously, good for you. That's fantastic. It's not the right aesthetic for me. So I was just, I'm going to try to do more of that stuff. I'm going to try to talk more about the jewelry. I might even do videos where I talk more about fragrance. And again, I'll mix them in. They won't be all the time. Obviously, I know you're all very interested in makeup and beauty, and that will be my #1 focus, but more clothing hauls, more jewelry, shoes, fashion, all of those things, and more on Instagram and TikTok and those types of venues when I can to sort of mix them in. I think it's important to always try new things, to be an adult learner. I wouldn't have started this channel if I wasn't, because, most of the people that are on social media are quite a bit younger than myself, but I don't view it as like a number thing or an age thing. I think, you do the things that you enjoy doing, regardless of where you are in life. And the way to do that is always to try new things, learn new things, and see what works for you. And we'll see. Like I said, YouTube is the most comfortable place for me. I feel like it works for my longer videos, but I do like Instagram, being able to do like short reels and things. Those work for me, and I get that, and I get the need for that. YouTube Shorts, I've started to do more of those as well. Just as little snippets of these types of videos, so you guys can look at those snippet and see if you wanted to, watch the longer video. TikTok, I haven't quite gelled with TikTok. It's just that short of a, quick, again, it's just not necessarily my vibe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you love it, fantastic. But I'll try to do more over there. And I'd love to hear what you guys would like to see. I mean, like, I have all different types of collections and things that I'm interested in that I do, that I have, that I don't necessarily always talk about. Perfumes are one of them. I had the perfume cabinet vlog video that went up, and I will be doing some, like, my top 10 vanilla perfumes or my top 10 spring perfume, that kind of thing. And I'll mix them in with other things, so that you guys are interested. And I might start doing like a whole video, like I'm talking about, I don't know, Guerlain, lipstick, and at the end be like, hey, this is my favorite Guerlain perfume for this time of year. It's blah, 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 blah. And I'll have it as part of that video. So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch that section, because I always have timestamps when there's, like a longer video. So those are my 5 resolutions for the year. It'll be really interesting to come back in January 2024 and see kind of how things have changed over the year. I'm really hoping 2023 is more, 2020, 2021, 2022 have been very good to me in many ways. Meeting all of you, not necessarily in person, but, through this medium, it has been amazing for me. And I love all of you, and I greatly appreciate you all watching and subscribing and everything. And I've met actually a lot of great people this way. And I've developed friendships that I never thought I would. So I feel very lucky, but also there have been tough years, for many of us, with everything. And I'm really hoping 2023, I get to travel a little bit more. I'm back into more of a regular schedule for work and for life. I hope it's a continuation of growth in many ways, but also for this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I'm not one of those people who in every video is like, please subscribe, but it really does mean a great deal to me when people subscribe or tell me that they watch my videos, or tell me that they watch their videos. Like, I was talking to someone today who said that they watch my videos as their travel home videos, and they kind of feel like it's a little bit therapeutic for them, which just meant I was just so stunned and pleased. It was an amazing thing. So I just want you all to know I do appreciate all the feedback, and I appreciate all of you. So happy 2023. Let's get this thing started. I hope it's a great year for all of you. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.